Hey guys, this is Jason and Brittany with the Real LLC Lake Life and Culture podcast. We're here to talk about some professionals, some great marketing here in Lake County, some influential people. Brittany, take it over. Tell us who we got today.
I'm really excited because I love marketing, and I have Emily here with Magnolia Closing today, and she is my number one helper when it comes to marketing my business. So we wanted to pick your brain and talk a little bit today about that.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm Emily with Magnolia Closing Company, and I am excited to be here with you guys.
Well, thanks for being on the show. We got a ton of questions. For me, I love culture with a company. How do you create a place where people want to come to work and have something different? So kind of tell us a little bit about your culture there.
All right. So the founder and owner of the company left a CEO corporate type title company, and she's now running Magnolia, started it, and we are like family-owned, family-operated type business, kind of like you guys. And we make it where, you know, kid's sick, it's okay, work from home kind of thing. We can get it done. We have a great ratio with no turnover, bad turnovers with employees. Every year we do a company retreat. We do anniversary gifts for them. We make it fun to come to work. We eat lunch together every day. Well, if I'm not out and about with my appointments, but the office side, they eat lunch together every day. It's great.
So tell us about your position at Magnolia Company, because for me, I'm a realtor in town, and you always help me with my marketing, and I know you're helping other realtors too. Like, what is your specific job while you're there?
So I'd say business development growth. Other people know me as a title rep. I reach out to lenders and real estate agents and figure out ways to pick their brain and figure out the way they operate their business and how I can put things into it to assist it and make it better. And we become a partnership, and they close with us, and we make their clients happy, and that's how we go. But I like to sit down one-on-one with real estate agents, lenders, and figure out how I can help their business grow.
Wow, it's amazing. I know if you could change the culture in your business, you can change the customer service. So is that really important to you guys? How do we give a better service to the customer than what you typically see? What makes you guys different in that area as far as your company?
Good question. We literally strive on excellent customer service. So my job as the title rep in it, when I get a contract, I usually work with the listing agent. Usually they know who I am. So the agent representing the borrower or the buyer, I help them I send them out an intro. I give them a call. I let them know that they can reach me 24/7. I don't work on the files directly, but I'm here for any kind of customer service standpoint. I can get a hold of a closer on the weekend type thing and get an answer answered. We strive on the customer service and make sure that phones are rang, they're picked up, and just make sure that the experience is great.
So who is your customer? Is it the realtor? Is it the buyer? And I think it's pretty interesting that they can get a hold of you on the weekend. That's a big deal.
Yes, it's a big deal. I think that has helped our growth. We have a team of 6 marketing reps now all over Central Florida, and we are available 24/7, and then that's when we reach out to the closers. But an ideal customer for us is really anyone that walks through the door. Can be a client of Magnolia's, whether it be someone that's going to refinance their home. They can tell their lender they want to use us. A customer for me, technically client, would be any real estate agent, any lender, and then their clients become our clients. We make sure that they can reach us anytime if they have a question. It's a scary experience for a lot of people purchasing or selling a home, and we want to be the education behind that alongside a partner with their real estate agent or their lender.
Wow.
So I think that when you run a company or a business yourself, like, it's really important to take responsibility for whatever's happening in the transaction, right? And I know that for me, myself, like, that's sometimes really hard to do. Like, I really messed up. I have to take responsibility for that. I know that you guys, Jason, deal with that a lot. And I just want to say, like, I've dealt with that with Magnolia, and I was so happy. I had a little mistake. I called you. You immediately answered, immediately fixed it, and took responsibility for it. I think that is such a huge leadership thing for any company or for any realtor to see or any client to see. Like, how do you get that throughout your company? That's a hard thing to do.
And I think that comes from the whole culture side of it. I mean, most of us grew up here. I grew up here in Lake County, and, you know, our whole slogan for Magnolia is people you know, people you trust. You should trust the people you work with. And
Wow.
I believe that that's how a lot of us work over here.
So when you guys do these company trips, what are you getting out of that? What kind of connections does that do? How does that help a company? I think that's amazing. We try to do that, and we get so much out of it as a company. So how does that work for you guys?
It is so much fun. So every year I plan the company retreat, and I have so much fun with it. This year we went to Cocoa Beach, and we rented a whole place, and it was all 30 employees. The first night we do a group dinner. We actually got a chef to come in, and we all hung out, and then everyone gets to bond. I mean, we have offices in Winter Park, Lake Nona, Waterford, Homosassa, Claremont, Eustis, so we're separated, but we're a team. So when we make that time to block out a long weekend and spend time with each other, it's great. This year we did back in the day, field day at school. I'm talking sponges into a water bottle. We made people I don't care if you swam, you had to go around a power pole that was out in the water with a kayak,
Wow.
tag your partner, and then flip a cup, tug of war. It was great. But I made sure I took people from different offices and put them all together. And it was great. I just think that it bonds people and shows them who the real you are, not just picking up that phone and, hey, can you help me on this? You get to understand who people are and question games, all of it.
But you do that even outside of your company. That's how I feel like you've created this culture even within our industry where you're not just making business friendships, you're making actual people friendships.
Oh, yes. I believe that that's how it is. I mean, if I'm going to work with you and we speak all the time and we become friends, and I truly, truly care about the people I work with and growing their business and watching them be successful and being a help with it.
So I think what a lot of people forget too is why you're doing things like that, why you're having events like that, why you're building that culture and that community in your business. You're actually setting an example for a lot of other companies. So you're changing a lot more lives than just directly with your company. So I feel like everybody is usually watching, and how do we make our company better? So I think it's just a great leadership thing that it really is good for our community. The more that we can do that, there's more people following behind the scenes and trying to change their company. So you're indirectly changing a lot of lives that are outside of your company. Maybe some other title companies and closing companies or real estate companies. They're going, hey, this is a great idea. And it's actually just a further reach than you probably imagine.
Yeah, and I've noticed that. When I went into it, I did a lot of the admin part of the company, and then I went to a couple of networking groups, and I started enjoying developing those relationships, and that's when I took the marketing role on for our company. And I used to think that, real estate brokerages were standalone, that that's it, that's all that they talk with. They only talk to their actual brokerages, and I have done so much with different real estate agents and different brokerages and teaming up and seeing how much they all support each other. And I love it. I love it when I do brokers opens with agents. I can rely on so many people to show up for those. It's amazing.
So how do you say no?
How do I? I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet.
I mean, you're balancing your own life and your family and your company, and I don't even know how many realtors are in Lake County, but it's a lot. How do you pick and choose what's best for you and your company?
So, I mean, I have this little fun CRM, and I reach out to those people, and it takes 12 touches usually to get someone to come through the door. And once they become a client of mine, they also become a friend, and I don't necessarily say no.
I know.
I figure out a way. So if it's not in that moment, I figure out a way to be able to assist in a way. I don't say no.
God.
Yeah, so I think marketing's changed a lot this time of the year, or 2022. It's changed a lot. So more or less, you're not really reaching out saying what you can do for people. You're just showing who you are and what you can do for your employees. Anymore is what you're seeing really work in marketing. And a lot of probably potential clients are usually working for somebody. So when they see you making a difference in the lives of the people that work for you, they can relate to that. And that really helps a connection to that potential buyer or customer that you have. So they see themselves like, I work for a company, and what would it be like if I work for them? I want to do business with them because of the way they treat their employees.
Yes, and I've noticed that. We've actually, just from like the fun TikToks we've actually had people send us, how do I, here's my resume, I want to work for you guys. And I love it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So we send them to this profile, and that's how we hire. It's all based off of the personalities and what position they fit. So I love that part of it. And there's nothing better than getting a Facebook message that says, I saw your guys' reel and we want to work with you.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know, there's a labor shortage that we hear about all the time, but is there really a labor shortage? I think in certain areas there could be, but are you creating an environment where people want to work? That's the first question you got to ask yourself. Like, instead of like, how much more can I pay somebody, or how can I do that? Like, are you creating a place where someone wants to come and work? And I think for us in our industry, there's a huge labor shortage, but we don't see that. We're looking for talented people that want to have a good time, want to come to work, want to grow as an individual. I always promise everybody that comes in my office when I give them a job, like, I can guarantee you're going to leave here better than you came here. That's what I can guarantee. I can't guarantee how long you're going to stay here or if you're going to grow from here, but I promise you when you leave, you'll be better than when you came. And so we're not really experiencing this labor shortage that we see a lot of other companies.
Yeah, it's the same with us. Everyone enjoys coming to work. It's family oriented. I mean, we're a title company. We're open when banks are open, and that doesn't mean schools are. And a lot of our employees are mothers, and we call it Magnolia Daycare sometimes, and we lock up the big closing room, put Netflix on, and let the kiddos play while we chug along and work.
That's really, really cool. What's the difference between, I keep hearing title and closing. What's the difference between a title company and a closing company, or is it the same thing?
So they're the same thing. Title company, closing company, what we do is we are ensuring that the home or property that you are purchasing, that investment is clear of any kind of title issues. So liens on properties, if someone didn't pay your roofing company, we make sure it gets paid at closing.
Oh, we love that. So when you talk about roofing and titles and closing, do you see roofing playing a big part in sales on homes and closing? Is that usually an issue that you guys see come up?
Right now, absolutely. There's need for some roofs right now. We're working with some local roofing companies that are putting that new roof on and being paid at closing. So that's been heaven sent for a lot of buyers in this situation, and the sellers. That's when they're getting the money, is the payoff, and they'll pay you off. And in that situation, absolutely. Same with the insurance. We need the new roofs right now.
Yeah. So, Brittany, you're a realtor. I mean, is that something you're dealing with?
Yes, everybody wants to know how old the roof is. How old is the roof? How much life is on the roof? We have to have an inspection, people.
Yeah.
They'll come tell you.
They will definitely let you know.
Yeah, I think we have something that's a little different, which is a rejuvenation process where we can actually keep the roof as in good shape, and we can actually add the natural oils back into the shingle to help it last another 5 years, and then spray it again and again, so actually 15 more years. Because there's some homeowners that just don't have the money to replace the roof, or maybe the roof is still in good shape. So that's one thing that we have that's pretty unique with that to help solve that issue with insurance and closing, and realtors kind of run into that too. So one other thing I was going to ask you too is I see you guys do a lot of charity work. What is one of your favorite charities, or how does that work for you guys?
So right now I'm working with Lake County Animal Shelter, Forward Pass Foundation. We do stuff for the local food pantry. I love helping local elementary schools. Really anything around here that needs help with. There's a giving back program that some local lenders are a part of. And they help with, I believe you guys help with that too. Yep. Anyone that needs help, I always want to lend that helping hand. So I like to figure out a way. I partner with local real estate agents or lenders to figure out ways that we can assist those. I've done car shows. I've done food drives, car washes.
What's your favorite kind of event for these things to do?
I like the ones that like we block off the parking lot at the office one day and we bring in vendors and other companies and make it this fun event that's in the parking lot. It's safe, it's fun. You get to see all these items being collected. I don't know. I really just love being able to help people.
You know what I love about it is there's a lot of people in Lake County that want to give back and work together. The one event that you were talking about was the Giving Back Enrichment Group, I think, or something like that. And, you know, we always want to give back, but we also want to partner with people that want to do that too. So we're working with like-minded people, and we're solving problems. We're helping people. And I don't know if people in Lake County know that there's a lot of businesses that do that. And there's a good connection there for us, like even with you guys and some closing companies, some realtors, where we're connecting with the people of Lake County, but also the businesses. There's so many veteran-owned businesses and stuff like that here in Lake County. Or if you're in need, like I know recently we did a house with that group where they put an AC in, we did the roof, we remodeled the house because they lost their job during COVID. And I don't know if people know all the things out there for them here in Lake County, or the businesses that are striving to help give back.
Yeah, and that's the fun part and I love about Lake County.
I think a lot of people don't realize this, like for us, we get more out of it than actually the person that's receiving it. Like it actually grows inside of us. Like it makes us feel good about helping. And then also our employees, they kind of get involved in it. And it's just like, you're not just working, you're doing more. You're solving people's problems. You're helping people. That makes you want to come to work and work for a company.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have always wanted to help people and never knew how it was going to happen. I mean, even when I was a little kid, I would take my birthday money and figure out a way to get someone else something with it. It's always been a part of me. So finding that in the position I am with Magnolia, I think that's one of my, going back to the saying no, I have to figure out a way. And I get a huge fulfillment from helping others.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Well, I'm very thankful for you because I feel like sometimes my events are a little over my head. But to have somebody who loves marketing, who loves giving back to the community, and seeing the community come together is huge, because then we can sit and brainstorm. And, you know, it's always community over competition, I feel like, especially when you're talking about like all these businesses in Lake County. This is the heartbeat of Lake County, and everybody really does care. There is help. There are fun events going on. It's just finding those people.
Well, I mean, the thing is, if you're out there and you live here in Lake County, get involved in your county, get involved in the events. You get to meet a lot of really cool people, or somebody that can help solve your need. Like I can help with your roof. You can help with a realtor, and you can help with closing. And we're just normal people. We have families, and we like to go to these events and connect with you guys that are out there. And also, like we said, just businesses connecting that are sharing the same values. It's really rewarding. I mean, sometimes you could feel like you're on your own out there and you're trying to do an event. And a lot of times, like, there are some negative feedback sometimes. Like, I gave, a roof away every year, and the one that doesn't win, sometimes there's some negative feedback. And so you really need to connect with others that are doing the same thing to encourage you to keep going. I mean, sometimes that makes you like, I don't want to do that next year because I don't like negative feedback, but that comes with the territory. You still have to plunge forward and keep moving. And then when you're connecting, it helps us do that. Like when you're connecting with other people with the like-minded things.
Mm-hmm. Well, even businesses, like the last event I did, we had a business that wasn't very happy that they were involved in it, which is super interesting to me. But you start to really find what makes up Lake County and what is really helping and who is there, especially your small businesses. I mean, we've all gone through COVID. We've all come out of it. We all have families, most of us. There's the thick and there's the thin, and either we come together as a community as a whole or we don't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it really comes down to being significant in people's lives. How do we do that? As we have a great position to do that, and if we can be significant, and there's nothing greater than being significant in somebody's life.
I agree.
Cool.
I think that's it.